Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsborough Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsborough Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions too. Hillsborough Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsborough Drug.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown.
back door, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Run it out of goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant, good Tuesday evening inside Northern Cass High School. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show between the Northern Cass Jaguars and the Sargent County Bulldogs. I'm Chase Miller alongside Aiden Hall, welcoming you inside here at this high school as we get ready for this Region 1 boys basketball contest. What we have coming up here today will feature the Bulldogs, a team that is ranked 4th in the latest polls in the state of North Dakota at 9-0 on this season, 3-0 in Region 1 play with wins over Kindred and Edgeley Montpelier over the weekend. A 2-point win against the Kindred Vikings back on Friday in Milner. Make that a 4-point win, 49-45. Then a 3-point win over Edgeley Montpelier on Saturday in Gwinner, 68-65. The Bulldogs this season, double-double by Gavin Christensen leads the way for the senior with 15 points and 11 rebounds. Well, for Northern Cass, it just keeps getting harder in terms of the schedule. They're 1-6 on the season, 1-2 in Region 1 play. The Jags have lost 5 straight games, including their last appearance at Kindred. A loss by a final of 68-19 on Friday. Their game prior to that, a loss at Kindred, 52-35, then losing to Central Cass again on Friday, 68-19. Northern Cass, they played Grafton, they played Hillsboro, and now they play another top 10 opponent here in the 4th-ranked Sargent County Bulldogs. So far this season for Northern Cass, they are led in the scoring column by Landon Mosier with 13 points and 5 rebounds for the junior guard. Coming up on our Irie Insurance pregame show, we'll hear from both head coaches, from Ryan Weber from the Bulldogs, also Bryce Laxdal from Northern Cass. That's ahead of the starting lineups and the opening tip, and we'll take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. A very busy night here in Region 1 boys basketball. Sit back and relax. Opening tip will come up at the bottom of the hour here on yourliveevent.com as the Jags look to pick up their second win in region play, while for the Bulldogs, they're going for win number 4. Our pregame show continues after this here from Hunter.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsboro Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsboro Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsboro Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsboro Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsboro Drug.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsboro, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
As we continue Continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Join us now from the Sargent County Bulldogs. That is Ryan Weber as they tangle with the Northern Cache Jaguars here tonight for Region 1 boys basketball. And Ryan, a busy weekend this past weekend with home wins over Kindred and EKM. Maybe it felt a little bit like a tournament style play where you got to play on a Monday, then get right back on it on a Tuesday. But you're able to come out with 2 victories over the Vikings and the Rebels. What'd you see over your team from this past weekend?
I saw some resiliency. Kindred, they're always tough. They're always good. It was good for our guys to show up for that game. Big emotional high. They're pumped up coming into that one. And then on Saturday, I was a little nervous about playing EKM, a non-region team, and they're a solid team. Coming into that game, I was a little nervous that we'd come out flat after that big game against Kindred. We kind of did. I learned quite a bit about our kids, though. On Saturday, I learned they're pretty resilient and they fight. It's, in the past, I don't know if they would have done that, but this year, there's no give up in them. They hustle all the time, and we got down by 6 in the fourth quarter against EKM, but they fought right back, and we're able to pull out a win at the very end.
And you mentioned maybe some of the traits, but what has been the go-to identity, or what's been 1 or 2 traits that has impressed you most about this team as we're kind of nearing the midway point of the season here, Ryan?
Yeah, we've kind of changed our identity from last year, and from the beginning of this year, we were more of an up and down kind of a team last year. And we can still score points, but this year it's been our defense that's really impressed me. The attitude it's shifted for our guys. They know that they can shut teams down when they need to. And against a team like Kindred, giving up 44 points, that's pretty solid. And then there was a 33 against Hillsborough and a 31 against Lisbon. They've learned that they can be that defensive team if they all work together. And I think that's been a big surprise this year. I mean, I knew we had the kids and the athletes, but it took a shift in attitude on their part to really put it all together like that.
And you mentioned about the scoring, you still have 12 players that are, in double digits, 12 points or more per game with Luke Martinson, Fletcher Wilprecht, Joshua Wittich, and alongside Gavin Christensen, who's averaging a double-double. So just out of the starters here, what have they brought to this year's team from top to bottom from, back early on in December to where we are now mid-January?
Unselfishness, for sure. They share the ball really well. The first 3 games, I think we had 3 different guys score over 20 points. That's huge. I think it's difficult for teams to match up against us and to really scheme against us when we have 4 guys that can pour it in any given night. And Nick's kind of he's more of a distributor for us, but he can knock down shots too. He's a heck of an athlete, and when it comes to defense, he's the guy. When we go man, he's the guy that gets put on their tough player. So he spends a lot of energy running back and forth, following guys. But I know it's difficult for teams to scheme for us because we have 4 guys that can put it in on any given night.
And final thing for you, Ryan, before we let you go, I know Northern Cass record-wise, you come in and you say, okay, only 1 win on the season, but then you take a look at their schedule, and they played the Graftons, the Central Casses, the Kindreds. They kind of gone through murderer's row, so to speak. So what stands out any year you go up against a Bryce Laxdal team?
Yeah, they can shoot the heck out of the ball. I know that the record's deceiving. We can't pay attention to that when we get ready for this team. I know Bryce will have his team ready, and they shoot the heck out of the ball, and he'll throw a curveball, and he always does. So we always have to be ready for that. But they like to get up and down too. They got a lot of guards that they can drive, they slash, they cut, they get up and down. So I know we have to be ready for that. We have to set the tone and the intensity for the game and not let them kind of set the pace of the play for us.
Hey, Ryan, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight against Northern Cass.
Right on. Thanks, Chase.
That again, Ryan Weber, head coach for the Sargent County Bulldogs, will continue on our pregame show after this. The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Part of our Coach's Corner conversation here on our Irie Insurance pregame show. Joining us now from Northern Cass, that is head boys basketball coach Bryce Laxdal, as they welcome in the Sargent County Bulldogs here today to Hunter. And Bryce, just taking a look at your schedule, it doesn't get any easier, so to speak, here tonight. These are just some of the games I put down this season. Grafton, Kindred, Central Cass. I know you played HCV earlier, and here comes fourth-ranked Sargent County into town as well. Just what's it like going through opponent after opponent that's either been ranked or is ranked in the state of North Dakota here?
You just have to, play your best basketball all the time. And for the most part, we've competed with those teams. The Grafton game, I didn't feel we competed great. And then Castleton on Friday night, we didn't have a great showing. But, there's other teams we have competed with. You just got to find a way to play for 32 minutes. And for us, our biggest part is we can go scoreless for so long. We got to figure out a way to get a bucket when we're needing it. We have to have somebody step up and, maybe force a shot, maybe try to draw through some contact, just find a way to get us going again and to, get some points on the board. But, we got a young team. We're just trying to, to figure out a way to win some games and to hang around and make some plays in the fourth quarter. So that's kind of what we're looking for, is to, try to see if we can put something together tonight for 32 minutes.
And going up against Sargent County here, Bryce, I think they're starting five. The word that comes to my mind just from a stat sheet is balance. You're not sure which particular person is going to go off. So what is going to be a challenge against a team that, any one of their starting four, starting five could, have the big night? What's a challenge like that like?
You just got to be ready to adapt on the fly. And if somebody is, which one ever on their, four guys that's averaging 10 points or more, if one of them gets hot, you got to find a way to shut him down without letting the other guys get going. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we talk about is, make these guys score in an uncomfortable way, push Christensen to the outside. You can't let him get offensive rebounds, and he's so good at drawing fouls. Wittich is good inside and out, but he's just smooth. So if you can find a way to get physical with him and not let him get going in a groove, stuff like that. Contest on the outside with Wittich, and then you got Martinson, who's kind of all those guys combined into one. You just got to always have a body on him and make sure he's not going through the lane uncontested, slashing in for layups. And then, those other three guys that they play, they can all knock down shots if you don't get a hand up. So yeah, they Coach Weber's done a really good job with them this year. They're well coached. You could kind of see this run coming. Even 2 years ago, we played them in a great game here. We actually, Hunter Almaris hit a buzzer beater with no time left to beat them. You could see this season coming from 2 years ago. They just got the ability to match up with anybody. They got height, they got great guards. And right now, like you talked about, they got four guys that are averaging over 10 points a game. So they got a lot of ways they can hurt you. They're just a really good team. And, it's exciting for them and exciting to, see somebody else, knocking off some of the big schools around here.
And Bryce, let's talk about some of the guys on your team. Landon Mosier, I know coming in was someone that you probably thought could, get double, someone that could be a scorer for you. And then it seems like Isaac Johnson as well just has had a nice season from top to bottom for you as well here, Bryce.
Yeah, Landon was kind of our go-to guy coming in. He's really the only guy coming back that had any really tangible varsity experience. So we're leaning on him. And we're going to lean on him more. He's probably the guy that we talk to the most, that, hey, when we're struggling, you got to find a way to, put the ball in the hole and to get us going again. And, you got to be a leader on the court. If your body language isn't great, everybody's going to follow you. So he's a guy that, he's a captain on our team, and he's a guy that we look for to get us going. And then you talked a little bit about Isaac. Yeah, he's missed a couple games, but when he's out there, his athletic ability, his rebound ability, and he's got a kind of a little bit of underrated offensive game too. He's come a long way the last couple of years offensively. We need him inside. He does a lot. He's great defensively. He can take charges. He's not afraid to to sacrifice his body a little bit for the team, and we're just a lot better when he's able to be on the court for us.
Hey, Bryce, thanks so much for your time and best of luck against the Bulldogs here tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Chase.
That again, Bryce Laxdal, head coach for Northern Cass, will continue on our pregame show after this.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Have you started thinking about your 2023 crop insurance plan? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We will be hosting farmer meetings to discuss the 2023 outlook and share strategies that are geared towards protecting your revenue and preserving your equity. Join us on Tuesday, January 24th in Devil's Lake, Annetta, and Hope, or Friday, January 27th in Hillsborough. For exact times and locations, please visit our website at irieins.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Final segment on our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, you can visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. That again is irieins.com, providing our pregame show coverage here between the Northern Cass Jaguars and the Sargent County Bulldogs. Some other scores tonight across Region 1. Linton, HMB, and Central Cass go up against each other in a non-region game from the Buffalo City at the Jamestown Civic Center is where that game is going to be played. Also later tonight, Hankinson travels to Kindred. Hankinson has Central Cass later this week on YourLiveEvent.com on Friday night in Hankinson. Maple River makes the trek down to Colfax tonight for a date with the Richland Colts. Fargo Oak Grove at Tri-State this evening, and then Enderlin at Wymer Lidgerwood for Region 1 play. The Region 1 standings, teams at 3-0 entering play tonight, Sargent County and Central Cass. Kindred currently third at 3-1, followed by Hankinson, Richland, Oak Grove, and Lisbon, all tied for fourth at 2-1. Hankinson at 1-2 in the region, with Enderlin behind them at 1-3. The Warbirds, Maple River, and the Tri-State Tigers. That's a look at your Region 1 out-of-town scoreboard and also your Region 1 standings. The Bulldogs, after tonight, they will host the Richland Colts in Milner. Nick Furch will have the call for you on that one on Friday night here on YourLiveEvent.com. While for Northern Cass, they will make the trek to Enderlin on Friday night for their next contest back here at home on Monday against Drayton Valley Edinburgh here on Your Live Event. That does it again for our Irie Insurance pregame show. When we come back after this, starting lineups and the opening tip from Hunter. It's fourth-rated Sargent County going up against Northern Cass tonight here for Region 1 boys basketball.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Here it's way more hands-on. The college has better equipment than the shop I'm at now. Like, you name it, they got it. You get to use your tools and your hands a lot more. My name is Sean, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us. The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
As we get ready for the starting lineups here between the Bulldogs of Sargent County, clad in their all blue, dark blue uniforms here today, with the Northern Cast Jaguars in their white uniforms, the Bulldogs of the co-op of Milner, North Sargent, and Sargent Central. Take a look at what they did last year, 12-9 in the season with a 5-point loss in the Region 1 quarterfinals from NDSCS. This is their 3rd season as a co-op here at the varsity level for high school boys basketball. As Sargent County, they'll go like this. Nick Hansen, a 5'4 junior guard, averaging 3 points and 4 rebounds per contest. Fletcher Wilprecht, the 5'9 senior guard, averaging 12 points and 2 rebounds. From there, Gavin Christensen, the 5'11 senior, a double-double, 15 points and 11 rebounds here for Christensen. You have Luke Mortensen, the 6'4 junior forward, with 12 points and 4 rebounds per game, and Joshua Wittich, Josh for short, the 6'5 junior guard and stretch forward here, averaging 13 points and right at the mark of 7 rebounds per contest. Hansen, Wilprecht, Christensen, Martinson, and Wittich. The Sargent County Bulldogs 9-0 on the season, 3-0 in Region 1 play, and rated number 4 in the latest poll in the state of North Dakota. From there to Northern Cast, the Jags, they'll go like this. Hudson Reichel, the 5'8 8th grader. Reichel averaging 10 points and 2 rebounds per contest. From there, Andrew Skank in 6 of the 7 games played this season. A Skank averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds. You have Riley Johnson, the 6-foot senior forward, does the dirty work here for head coach Bryce Laxdell, averaging 3 points. Isaac Johnson, the 6'1 senior center, averaging 5 points and 4 boards. And Landon Mosier, the 5'11 junior guard, averaging 13 points and 5 rebounds. So again, Reichel, Skank, a pair of Johnsons in Isaac and Riley, and Mosier here to round out the starting lineup for Northern Cast, head coached by Bryce Laxdell, with a mark of 1-6 on the season and 1-2 in Region 1 play. That does it again for Irie Insurance pregame show. For your insurance requests, go online to IRIEINS.com. It's the Bulldogs and the Jaguars on a Tuesday night for Region 1 boys basketball. Opening tip slated for the bottom of the hour at 7:34, and it's won here by Sargent County. The Bulldogs go on the interior to Christensen. Ball goes back up top now to Wilprecht around the horn as the Jags will come out. Little 2-3 matchup zone defense here. Class B basketball, 8-minute quarters with a 35-second shot clock. Wilprecht, top of the key, takes a high ball screen, and that's an illegal screen by Sargent County. Wittich will pick up the foul, his first and the team's first. And for Northern Cast, they will control the basketball here. The Bulldogs this season averaging 61 points per contest, while defensively giving up a stingy 45 points per game through 9 games. Skank, high post touch, or into the front court, that is. Reichel, left pocket, open 3, got it to go. Reichel tickles the twine. His 19th made 3 of the season. He's just the 8th grader with the salmon shoes, and his Northern Cast draws first blood on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. With it now, it's Hansen, right wing now to Wilprecht, back to Hansen here between the rings, and we'll see if the Bulldogs can work on that interior here against a 2-3 zone. Martinson to the baseline. Wittich, 15-foot spot up off the mark. No ball to play. There's a foul here on Sargent County. Foul will come across, and this foul will be on Nick Hansen, his first, team second for going for the offensive board. for Northern Cass this season, averaging 44 points per contest, while defensively giving up 58 points per game here for the Jaguars. Skank in the backcourt here, crosses the timeline with 2 seconds to spare. Skank then lost it. Good defense there by Hansen and a turnover by Northern Cass. The Bulldogs, after an emotional win over the Kindred Vikings on Friday by 4 in Milner, able to come back less than 24 hours later and pick up a non-region win against Edgeley-Calumet-Pillier on Saturday. Jumper on the way by Martinson, rattles out, no ball, gets deflected on the inside, and Reichel will come down with the loose ball. Sargent County with a win here today would pick up their 10th win of the season. Now for Northern Cass, 1-6, trying to get their second win here of the year, as this will be with Mosier. Mosier takes a ball screen in the front court here. Sargent County will go back in this half-court man-to-man defense. So far, the lone difference has been a Reichel 3 on the baseline. Reichel gets the ball there, takes a screen, going hard to the paint, throws one up, and the 8th grader will get fouled. Third foul called here on Sargent County as a team, and it's been on 3 different players. This one will be tabbed to Fletcher Wilprecht, his first and the team's third. Reichel at the free throw line this season is 2 of 2 free throw opportunities upcoming here for Northern Cass. First of 2 right-handed tosses by Reichel is off the mark, and there's the announcer jinx as Aiden Hall looks at me. Now, some will say it's an announcer's jinx, but I'm with Corey Provis of the Minnesota Twins when asked this question to Corey. We just state the facts. We're not trying to throw the announcer's jinx, even though Jim Nantz did it on Thanksgiving in front of a national televised audience. Reichel goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He's got all 4 points here for Northern Cass, and the Jaguars build a 2-possession lead here early on in this first quarter play. Bulldogs here at the top of the key looking to get that basketball in the cylinder here, as this will go with Wittich. Wittich looking for the Euro pass across the paint, going up, and there's the and one. Give Wittich the assist. Martinson with the and one, and he'll toe the free throw line. Foul comes on Skank, his first and the team's first. Martinson, a 59% free throw shooter on the season. And checking into the game here will be Jacob Ryder, a 5'9" junior guard. Checking out here for Northern Cass will be Riley Johnson, as Martinson looks to convert the good old-fashioned 3-point opportunity and does. So Sargent County gets in the scoring column here on a Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard for all of your insurance requests with Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future. You can go to dhbanknd.com. 3-pointer by Landon Mosier. That's his 18th 3-pointer of the season. And just like that, we go the other end of the floor, and Northern Cass leads it back by 4. 2-3 zone continues here. Martinson at the left wing, looking for a teammate. Ball gets skipped right-hand side to Wilprecht. Wilprecht goes into the paint, shot up, and he gets fouled in the act of shooting. This might be on either Johnson or Mosier. The foul will come on Isaac Johnson, his first, and the team's second, as Grady Wielander is into the contest now for head coach Ryan Weber. Wielander averaging 2 points and 2 rebounds per contest. Free throw attempt is off the mark here by Fletcher. A 60% free throw shooter on the season, this to make it a 3-point game. Free throw attempt on the second is good, as Sargent County is now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Northern Cass here will have to contend with the half-court trap. Open, Reichel, left wing 3 on the way, and he rattles in another one. It's the 3rd triple here for Northern Cass in the opening 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The Jags with their largest lead, an answer 3 by the Bulldogs. Yes, sir. Fletcher Wilprecht from the top of the key, and the Bulldogs get another one. Reichel, he's feeling it. Why not? Oh, the 8th grader's unconscious. Reichel now in double digits with 10, and we have a timeout on the floor. 13-7 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's the Jags up by 6.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Our timeout sponsor right on cue there is Bank North. Visit ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their branches today, including their branch in Hunter. Providing our timeouts here throughout the season at Northern Cass. So after the timeout, the first one granted here for head coach Ryan Weber. Bulldogs down by 6, but it's been 4 3-pointers, all the field goals for Northern Cass from beyond the arc. Sargent County working it on the inside. That's Christensen off the right block, can't get it to go, and Isaac Johnson clears the window. Mosier in the front court here. Mosier, a little shake and bake dribble, right pocket three by Ryder off the front iron. Ball gets tapped out here into who? Well, that's to Gavin. Christensen gets doubled up here in the right short corner looking for a high post touch. Finds Martinson, back to Christensen. Nice find by Luke, and Gavin has his first field goal of the evening as the Bulldogs are back within 4. Reichel right now has had the hot hand, and he shoots another one. That one is off the mark, no good. Rebound toss for his Ryder was boxing out Wielander, and it gets tapped out to Gavin Christensen. So the Bulldogs right now will have Wilprecht. Wilprecht top of the key. This one, and he buries another one. Fletcher Wilprecht for the second time has hit one 2 feet from beyond the three-point line. The Bulldogs are back within 1. Oh, the opening 4 minutes have been entertaining here today in Hunter. Taking a ball screen here is Skank. This one goes right-hand side to Ryder to the baseline to Reichel. Reichel will handle it there on this 2-3 zone. Now to Skank at the left wing as the shot clock gets closer to single digits. Ryder left of the key, bounce pass Reichel. Reichel to the baseline, Mosier, right pocket, 3! Splash City! That shot is pretty! Landon Mosier now has 6. And all the field goals again from Northern Cass, that's their 5th, are from beyond the arc. Bulldogs in the front court, Wielander to Christensen. This one to Wilprecht at the top, that is. Fletcher already hit 2 of them between the rings. Left-hand side, Martinson, bounce pass on the interior. This one goes back to Martinson. He wants to join the three-point barrage off the mark, and the second rebound by Hudson. Quickly in the front court now. This one goes to Landon Mosier. Takes a ball screen, rises from 17 off the iron, no, and then we'll have a foul. Jacob Ryder will pick up his first and the team's third. So both teams right now with 3 team fouls here in the opening first quarter of play. Colton Kaduna, 6-foot junior, will check in now for Sargent County. While for Northern Cass, Keelan Munson, the 6'1 sophomore, Kean will come into the game here averaging 5 points and 7 rebounds. This one on the interior, shot up and shot is good here for Gavin Christensen. Christensen now has 4 points here, and the Bulldogs are back within 4. So far, it's been Northern Cass with the lead wire to wire in the opening 5 minutes and change here in this first quarter, thanks to a plethora of threes. This one on the near side to Ryder. Ryder taking a couple hard dribbles. Nice bounce pass in the interior, and there's a shot blocked by Wittich after Munson went up with it. Bulldogs spinning, shooting, shot off the mark, no. Rebound on the inside by Wittich as he gets to the paint, got it to go. Good job by Fletcher Wilprecht to get it down the paint. Christensen with the miss, but Wittich gets the rebound and alongside the offensive 2 points, and it's our first tie here since the opening tip. Skank goes to baseline to Reichel, right short corner, little shot fake up, shot no, rebound, then we're going to have a foul here on the floor as this one will be on Sargent County. Gavin Christensen will pick up his first, team's 4th, after an offensive board there by Munson. So Northern Cass will have Matthew Hoppy into the game. The 5'9 sophomore guard getting some minutes here, under 2 minutes to play in our opening quarter, as Reichel will inbound the basketball for Northern Cass on the baseline. Reichel to the high post here. This one coming in to Munson. Got a double team and even 3 Bulldogs around him. Skank, extra pass now to Hoppy. Hoppy open, left wing 3 on the way. Off the iron, no rebound. A long one going to Colton Cadoon. Sargent County with a bucket can take their first lead of the contest, as this is with Wilprecht. Fletcher takes the ball screen from Wittich. Extra pass around the horn to Martinson, excuse me. Now the ball gets skipped. This one comes to Cadoon, to Martinson on the baseline. Nice spin, and he almost gets the end one. Andrew Skank will pick up the foul. His second, team's 4th, as Martinson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 and try to give the Bulldogs their first lead here of the opening quarter. Region 1 boys basketball here tonight in Hunter. Free throw attempts on the first is good, and Sargent County has their first lead. Skank will check out of the contest. Coming in will be Trey Hussar, the 6'1 sophomore, averaging 5 and 5 so far here on the season. Free throw opportunity number 2, good as well here for Martinson. Nice game for Luke early on, averaging just under 13 points per contest, currently with 5 here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Bulldogs led by Fletcher Wilprecht right now with 7. 2-3 zone continues by Sargent County, right-hand side. Ball looking to go on the interior by Hoppy. Ball gets deflected, and Hoppy will stay with it. Now it goes Hussar. Hussar, left wing, gives it to Mosier. Mosier, bounce pass across the paint. A little up and under, but we're going to have a foul here on the floor before the shot of the bounce pass to Munson. And a foul coming here on Sargent County. This one will come across, and that'll be the 5th team foul, and one is on Colton Cadoon. So the Bulldogs have 5 different players right now with a foul. This one to Reichel, left-hand side. Hoppy, left wing three-pointer on the way off the iron, and the shooting right now has got a little bit cold for Northern Cass after their opening really good start. Foul will come across here. This will be on Trey. That'll be his first and the team's 5th here for the Bulldogs. Jacob Ryder, the 5'9 junior guard, will check back in. Sargent County leads it by 2 here. Currently with 4 players in the scoring column. Northern Cass currently led by the 10 of Hudson Reichel with 3 made three-pointers. On the interior, trying to muscle his way was Wittich. Can't get it to go. Third time is off the mark. Wittich still battling forward on the inside with Christensen. Ball tapped out of play. All opportunities galore there for the Bulldogs. Point blank from the rim, unable to capitalize, but they do retain the basketball as Wilprecht will inbound it on the right short corner. Nice pass. That shot's going to be off the mark, however, by Martinson, and Trey Hussar will collect the rebound. And Northern Cass says, let's take the final shot of the quarter if they can. Hussar leaves it left-hand side. Munson now back to the top of the key here. Sargent County, we've seen the guards up top gamble at times here in this 2-3 zone, knowing if they can just get a hair of the basketball, they could go the other way with a chance for points off turnovers. This one, Reichel, left wing. Reichel takes a couple of dribbles back up top. Hussar, now to Ryder. Ryder to Mosier. Mosier going to the paint. Teardropper from 10, got it to go. Sargent County will see if they can get a shot off, unable to do so, and that's how we'll end our first quarter of play on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. We're knotted at 18 apiece.
You couldn't pick a better community to be a part of. I've actually been to another college, and this one was a far better experience because of the support of the faculty and the staff here. It's just outstanding. My name is Andrew, and I'm here for my future.
It feels like you're at a bigger university. Right now I won't have any debt, and I might even gain a little extra money through scholarships. There's so many job opportunities. My name is Emily, and I'm here for my future.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week.
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month. Command IQ, you're my new best friend.
As we come back here to start the second quarter of play, Nick Hansen across the way getting looked at by a trainer here in Hunter. Looks like he might have caught a little bit of a bloody nose as he's got a couple of cotton balls right now up the nostril, and you just hope that he's able to come back in, but he looks to be all right as he heads back to the bench here for Sargent County, and we're going to have an illegal screen trying to get Reichel open. Moving on the screen there was Landon Mosier, working his way around on the bottom of the zone was Colton Cadoon. What almost felt like a two-point takedown as wrestling is coming up here in a couple of weeks for the postseason. So foul again will come on Northern Cass's Landon Mosier, his first in the team 6. So the Bulldogs from here on out in the bonus for the remainder of this first half. On the interior, that's Christensen. Double team back up top, Wilprecht. Thought about a three, takes a couple dribbles, probing, looking, finds Cadoon now at the top of the key. Back to Fletcher, left wing three-pointer the way, off the back tem, no. Cadoon, though, skies for the rebound. He gets his second, and then Martinson gets mugged on his way up to the rim. Foul coming across the paint here. This will be on Jacob Ryder, his first and the team's 7th, as we'll have free throws here for Martinson. Martinson now 4 of 4 from the free throw line, currently with 6 points. Hoppy will check in. The Bulldogs are 5 of 6 from the line so far here tonight, while Northern Cass is 1 of 2. Free throw attempt number 2 by Martinson off the front iron, and a rebound coming down to Trey Hussar. That's going to be his second. Jaguars bringing in the front court here, trailing it by a point. Ball gets tipped. It's still loose, and then we'll have a foul, and this will result in a 1-and-1 now for Sargent County on top of it. So we'll have the 8th team foul here for Northern Cass. Foul will come across here on Isaac Johnson. So we got Isaac with 2, Ryder with 2, and Skank with 2 now for head coach Bryce Laxdal, as Wittich, a 44% free throw shooter, goes to the line for the front end of a 1-and-1. Free throw here for Wittich, off the back of the rim, no. Ball gets deflected and off the right shoulder of Christensen into Northern Cass. Jaguars so far 2 players in the scoring column, 10 for Reichel, 8 for Landon Mosier with 5 threes. Well, for Sargent County, they have 4 players in the scoring column, 2 threes, and again led by Fletcher Wilprecht right now with 7 points. This one on the right short corner goes to Johnson on the interior, and there's a turnover as they're looking for a cutting Trey Hussar. So turnover here on Northern Cass, and then we'll have an offensive charge the other way. Getting back was Mosier here as Martinson will pick it up. Luke is going to pick up his first, the team 6, and you can see Ryan Weber for Sargent County asking if maybe that the back of the defender's heel was in the semicircle, because if that's the case, then it is a defensive block, but they're going to say it wasn't, and that's an offensive charge here on Martinson as the Jags will get the ball right back. Northern Cass leaves it right-hand side to Hoppy. Hoppy back up top, and there's a steal. Bulldogs want to go coast to coast with Fletcher, and he got it. Wilprecht now with 9 and a timeout for Bryce Laxdal. Will break as well. Bulldogs up by 3. This timeout brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency that provides protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North, as Bank North offers the traditional and advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. Visit ibanknorth.com for more information. Chase Miller, Aiden Hall with you here in Hunter. Three-pointer after the timeout, just like Bryce Laxdal drew it up. Jacob Ryder with his first three-pointer of the season ties this puppy up at 21 apiece. Martinson left wing now for the Bulldogs. Ball gets skipped right-hand side of Colton Cadoon to the baseline as Martinson is asking for it on the opposite side. Fletcher Wilprecht, he says, no one's going to guard me, so I'll shoot it. Ball gets tapped out on the inside. Wittich will come up with it. 7-footer. Got it to go. Wittich with the second field goal. He's got 4 points and 3 rebounds, and the Bulldogs, just like that, are back up by 2. Left-hand side open is Mosier. Mosier will hang from 12 feet long. Put back here by Northern Cass. Can't get it to go by Johnson, and then we have a foul. Going to the free throw line will be Wittich here, as he will go for the 1-and-1 opportunity, and Johnson, the senior, picks up his third and the team's 9th. Substitution coming back in is Skank and Munson here for Northern Cass, while Wielander returns here for Sargent County. Also on the floor, good to see Nick Hansen back as well here for the Bulldogs. 1-and-1 opportunity here for Wittich. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Now make it 5 and 4. Free throw opportunity upcoming again. Wittich at 6'5", Martinson at 6'4". So you got some length here. Cadoon at 6 foot on that 2-3 zone that can cause some issues. We've seen Richland this season go a little 2-3. Oak Grove this year, we've seen them go a little box and one, depending on the team, a little zone as well, and mostly man. So get a little bit of everything here in Region 1. The Warbirds will go 1-3-1 down in Waimea-Lidgerwood. This one goes right-hand side, and then we're going to get a turnover here on the Jags. And those are starting to mount where the first 5-6 minutes, it was pretty much perfection for Northern Cass. But since we hit about that 2-minute mark, it's been more Bulldogs than Northern Cass. 1, getting stops, and 2, getting the basket through the hoop. Martinson, left wing, high post touch, Wittich, 14-footer on the way, got it to go. Wittich starting to be a stat stuffer here tonight. That's his 6th point in the quarter, 8th in the contest, and it's the largest lead for Sargent County. Reichel gives it on the interior. Now it goes around the horn, right wing. That goes to Mosier. Mosier looking for it, back up top to Reichel. Reichel back to Skank here to Reichel, left wing. Reichel goes to the baseline, teardrop, got it to go. Reichel with 12 points, and the Bulldogs are lead trimmed back down to 4. Jags looking for a stop and score for the Bulldogs, looking for the answer. Hansen, right-hand side to Wielander. Back to Wielander here at the right wing. Hansen, top of the key, a little power dribble through the paint, and then doesn't gonna matter. It's 2 shots regardless. It's double bonus or in the act of shooting. As a foul will come across here on Northern Cass. This will be on Riley Johnson. And 2 shots on the way here for Hansen. Hansen, free throw opportunity, 1 of 2, got it to go. Subs back into the contest now for Northern Cass. Returning is Trey Huzar. For the first time tonight, we're going to see Miles Freilich, the 5'6" freshman guard, into the contest. Miles, a guy that head coach Bryce Laxdal would just like to see consistently be that point guard here for Northern Cass in terms of finding ways to handle the point guard, handle the pressure throughout the season. Free throw attempt number 2 by Hansen rattles in. So Bulldogs get their 5th player in the scoring column now. The starting 5 for Sargent County all in the scoring column. Reichel gives it to Skank, and then there's a foul here for Hansen. Nick will pick up his 2nd, team 7th, so Reichel will go to the free throw line for the make one to get one opportunity. Free throw here for Reichel. Hudson has shot both free throw opportunities so far here today for Northern Cass. Free throw attempt's going to be off the mark. Ball gets deflected and then thrown off a Wielander here. Good hustle play by Landon Mosier. So the Bulldogs will continue in this 2-3 zone as they handle it now with Skank at the top of the key. Skank with it, left-hand side, Reichel. Reichel open, 3 on the way. Rattles out, rebound though, topped around, and then we're going to have a foul, and we'll see what the foul is on, and then who's going to the free throw line. So foul will come on Sargent County. The Bulldogs will have Martinson pick up his 2nd, team's 8th, and a 1-and-1 for Mosier. Landon so far 9 of 15 from the free throw line here this season as Cadoon will come in for the aforementioned Martinson. Free throw opportunity here for Northern Cass is good. After tonight for the Jaguars, they will travel down to Enderlin on Friday and return home for a non-region contest against Drayton Valley Edinburgh for Monday night basketball to start the work week. Coming up next week, well, for Sargent County, the Bulldogs will return home to and host the Colts in Milner on Friday and have a non-region contest on January the 24th. Bulldogs left-hand side here, back up top. Fletcher to Cadoon. Cadoon, open three-pointer, got it to go for the backboard. Colton Cadoon with the triple, and the first points off the bench for Ryan Weber. For Northern Cass, they were asking for a 3-second call on the interior, nothing granted, and the Bulldogs steal some points there with a backboard 3. This one, pass is going to get deflected up top as Skank will work with it here in the front court. There's a shot clock nearing 15 seconds. Mosier, this one, Freilich, back to the top here, right-hand side. Open three-pointer on the way, rattles in. Landon Mosier now with 13 points. That's his 3rd 3, and the Jags are back within 4. Sargent County here looking for Wittich on the interior, on the inside on the 4-out, one in with Christensen. Nothing is there now. Fletcher Wilprecht, little curl hop through the paint. Yes, sir. Nice move by Fletcher. Now in double digits with 11 for the 5'9" senior guard. He's right at about his season average here in the opening half of play. Reichel, left wing, gives it now to Freilich. Back up top here. As this will go back to Reichel. Freilich, nice bounce pass. Huzar got his man up in the air, and there's a foul. Coming across was Wittich, just grazed enough of Trey. Josh will pick up his second, team's 9th, and Trey Huzar will go to the free throw line, a 38% free throw shooter on the season here for Trey. He'll shoot 2. Free throw attempt number 1 is off the back tab. Substitution here as Jace Fury, the 5'10 freshman guard, will check in. So for head coach Ryan Weber with a couple of these fouls, with 2 with Wittich, 2 with Martinson, and 2 with Hansen, has to go a little deeper down the bench. Going 1 of 2 is Huzar from the free throw line. Bulldogs up by 5 here. Who's going to win this last 3 minutes of game time here? For Sargent County, they're looking to get up by double digits with some good play. This one, Christensen with the spinorama on Trey Huzar for 2. Christensen now with 6. On the opposite side for Northern Cass, will like to keep it at 5 points or less. Freilich on the inside, bounce pass, Reichel. Reichel back to Freilich and lost, and there's a turnover. Christensen works with it in transition. Christensen bounce pass across the paint, throwing one up, and Fletcher Wilprecht will get fouled in the act of shooting. Nice bounce pass, thread the needle that time, as this will be a foul upcoming on Northern Cass. And this will be with Hudson. Reichel picks up his first as Fletcher goes to line here with 11 points so far today. Now make it 12. Wilprecht 2 of 3 from the free throw line as the Bulldogs continue to find a way to get to the charity stripe here in the second quarter. Second toss is up and good, and we'll have a substitution. Jacob Ryder will check in here for Northern Cass. So Sargent County on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard with their largest lead of the game right now at 38-29 here as we get closer to our halftime show. Ball goes to Reichel. Back up top to Skank, looking for a high post touch. Mosier spins, shoots, and scores. Landon Mosier, 8 points in the first quarter, and now he's got 7 here in the second for a team-high 15 for the Jaguars. Wilprecht, right-hand side now to Fury, back up top as he'll shoot a 3 on the way for Pletcher off the front iron. Rebound muscled for, and grabbing it underneath was Landon Mosier. Landon now playing the high post here in this 2-3 offensive set for Northern Cass. Reichel, left wing. Reichel gives it back up top to Skank. Right-hand side now as that goes to Ryder. High post touch. Going to the right short corner, Huzar. To Ryder at the right wing. He'll shoot the 3 on the way. That's going to be short. And a rebound to Gavin Christensen, his 4th. Sargent County now in the front court here will handle the basketball. Wilprecht finds Fury, back to Wilprecht here on the inside. Christensen takes the dribble off the left block and smooches it in for 2. Gavin Christensen uses the window, now has 8, and Sargent County back up by 9. Skank in the front court here for Northern Cass as they will pop a pass to Reichel. Left-hand side as this will go back up top to Skank, now to Ryder. He'll shoot the right wing 3, and he rattles it in. Jacob Ryder with 6 points off the bench for Bryce Laxton. That's the deficit here for Northern Cass. Wilprecht up and over pass looking for Wielander. Ball to play and a turnover here on Sargent County. Something we haven't said too much tonight for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, most points they've scored this season, 69 at Maple River back on January the 10th. They're on pace to shatter that right now. Skank backing his defender down. Huzar, a high arching 3 off the front iron and a board to Gavin Christensen. Christensen in the front court here with about a half-second differential between shot clock and the game clock. Wilprecht doesn't care. He throws one up. There's a foul on the floor, and Fletcher will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul will come across here. It looks to be on Hudson Reichel. It will be his second now. And 2 shots upcoming here for Fletcher Wilprecht. Free throw opportunities for the Bulldogs is good. Second free throw attempt here for Sargent County. Free throw attempt 11 here for Sargent County in the quarter, and they are 9 of 11 in the quarter here from the free throw line for the Bulldogs, and they've made the most out of them. They're free, so you might as well make them. Skank now in the front court here for Northern Cass. A bucket to trim it to 2 possessions here before we get to the half. Skank looking for a high post, gives it back to Mosier. Mosier with the ball fake back to Skank here as the game clock now reaches single digits. Skank takes the ball screen, right wing, crosses over down the paint. Good defense by Fury. Fury half-court shot, good if it goes, is off the mark, and that's how we'll end our first half of play on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's a 42-34. Our halftime show brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance is coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week.
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month. Command IQ, you're my new best friend.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Are you tired of the same old grower meetings? Then Precision Planting's Winter Conference 23 is for you. Announcing our new location for this year's event. Join us at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota, January 18th or 19th. You will hear from Precision Planting engineers and staff on new technologies, inputs, and practices. Winter Conference 23, January 18th and 19th at the Alaris Center in Grand Forks, North Dakota. To register, visit planterdoc.com.
At the half, you're brought to you in part by our friends at Hunter Insurance Agency, dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more information, go online at hunterinsuranceagency.com. It's the Sargent County Bulldogs 42, Northern Cass 34. The Bulldogs with 18 points in the first quarter, then 24 points in the second. For Northern Cass, they matched the 18 points in the first quarter, but just 16 points in the second here for Northern Cass. The Bulldogs so far tonight led in the scoring column by 15 for Fletcher Wilprecht. They're 13 of 16 from the free throw line, 3 threes with 6 players in the scoring column. Sargent County again 15 by Fletcher Wilprecht on 5 of 6 shooting from the floor with from the free throw line, that is, with 2 main threes. From there, 8 points for Gavin Christensen, 8 points for Joshua Wittich with 4 rebounds as well. Wittich 2 of 3 from the foul line, 6 points by Luke Mortensen, 4 of 5 from the stripe. 3 points off the bench for Colton Cadoon, and Nick Hansen is 2 of 2 from the foul line for his 2 points for the Bulldogs. For Northern Cass, they're led by the 15 points for Landon Mosier. The Jaguars currently have 4 players in the scoring column, 4 of 7 from the foul line. They have 8 made three-pointers, however, for Northern Cass. Landon Mosier, 15 points, is 2 of 2 from the stripe with 3 made threes. You have 12 points then for Hudson Reichel with 3 made threes, 1 of 3 from the line. 6 points by Jacob Ryder, a pair of triples off the bench, and Trey Huzar so far is 1 of 2 from the foul line. Again, the Jags led by the 15 points here for Landon Mosier. At the half, it's the Sargent County Bulldogs up by 8 in Hunter. For more information on upcoming games throughout the rest of this month and February, you can go to our website. That is yourliveevent.com, or check out our YouTube page by subscribing to Your Live Event. Hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. You can check out all the home games from Sargent County from earlier this season and alongside Northern Cass as well. I'm Chase Miller. Aiden Hall running the camera. We'll continue after this on our Hunter Insurance Agency Halftime Report.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
At the half, it's the Sargent County Bulldogs up by 8 here on yourliveevent.com. Some good shooting by the Jags, 8 3-pointers in the first half of play. Keeping them in this game well for Sargent County. The word being used is balance here for the Bulldogs throughout the season as they have 4 players averaging 12 points or more. One of those is Fletcher Wilprek, currently with 15 points here at the half for the Bulldogs. Some out-of-town scores as we take a look. Latest update between Maple River and Richland. That game going to the fourth quarter of play, evened at 36 apiece between Maple River and Richland tonight in Region 1 boys basketball. Tonight, this evening, out in Jamestown at the Civic Center. Linton HMB going up against the Central Cass Squirrels. You also had Hankinson at Kindred this evening. Oak Grove at Tri-State, and Enderlin visiting Weimar-Lidgerwood. Those were some of the other games across Region 1 play. The Jags are back on Region 1 for boys basketball on Monday against Drayton Valley Edinburgh, while Sargent County with Nick Furch will be on the call down in Milner as they welcome the Richland Colts to town as well. That game will be on Friday night here on yourliveevent.com. And take a look at an update from Kindred. Currently 41-25 going to the second half of play. A lead for the Kindred Vikings over the Hankinson Pirates in Region 1 boys basketball. That does it again for our halftime show, brought to you in part by our friends at Hunter Insurance Agency. Stop by their branch in Hunter and talk with Johnny Jorgensen in person today, or you can go online for more information to hunterinsuranceagency.com. as they got your request from Crop Hail Farm Commercial and Home. Again, at the half, it's an 8-point margin for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Second half action is next from Hunter on your live event.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, an 8-point lead here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Dakota Heritage Bank sharing their heritage, sharing their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. For more, go to dhbanknd.com. That's dhbanknd.com. Sargent County will start with the basketball here in the second half of play and return their original starters with Hansen, Wilprek, Christensen, Martinson, and Wittich. While for Northern Cass, they will have Skank with Reichel also on the floor. Riley Johnson here, Isaac Johnson, and Landon Mosier, the original starting five for Northern Cass as well. Martinson takes a ball screen, trying to get by Riley Johnson, muscling his way to the 10 for 2. Luke Martinson now with 8, and it's the first double-digit lead for either team here tonight, and it starts right away in this third quarter of play. So Skank will work it now. He'll take a ball screen as this will go to the baseline. Both teams open up with a little man pressure defense after playing the majority of the first half on a 2-3 zone. This one to Riley Johnson, uses that dribble back to Skank. Here's a shot clock, gets down to 9. Now to the top to Reichel. Reichel looks to reverse it to Mosier. Hand off there. Mosier, deep three on the way. Off the iron rebound, coming down to Christensen. That's his 6th. Fletcher Wilprecht in the front court here. Fletcher, handoff, leaves it now back up top. Wittich. Martinson at the left wing. Martinson takes a couple of dribbles, bounce pass across the paint. Fletcher Wilprecht gets inside the interior, and a good defense there by Isaac Johnson to get the steal. Other side of the floor, this one going hard to the paint. Kick to Johnson, open. Riley, right wing 3, off the back tap, no, and a rebound to Wilprecht. Wilprecht up the other end of the floor to Hansen for the end one. Nicholas Hansen with the finger roll. He's got 4 and a foul on the play. First foul here for Northern Cass of this second half. Foul comes on Skank, his 3rd, and Riley Johnson will get subbed out for us. Coming in will be Jacob Ryder, and the Bulldogs open the opening minute 20 here on a 4-0 run and a chance to make it a 5-0 run with the free throw, and they do. Hansen now with 5 here. Largest lead for the Bulldogs at 13 points. And for Northern Cass right now, this is where a game can teeter and maybe get just too much to overcome if they're unable to get something through the cylinder. Still a lot of time left for the Jags, however, and if they can do anything like they did in the first half, hit shots from beyond the arc, they'll get right back in this contest. Reichel, Skank, baseline. This one coming in out of play here for Northern Cass will be out of play for Mosier. So Mosier will hit on the sideline here, that is, for the turnover. And now the Bulldogs will regain the possession. Sargent County with the win would get to 10-0 on this season, 4-0 in Region 1 play. As Hansen bounce pass across the paint, and then there's a foul here before the shot. Foul comes across on Northern Cass, as this one will be on Ryder, his 3rd and the team's 2nd. For Northern Cass, if they can come back and win this contest tonight, they would improve to 2-6 on the season and 2-2 in Region 1 play. Bulldogs here pop it. Martinson interior ball gets away, and then there's going to be Fletcher Wilprecht, who just finishes with 17. Fletcher's just been everywhere tonight here for Sargent County. Skank with the basketball left-hand side. This will be to Landon Mosier. Now to Ryder. Ryder back to Mosier at the left baseline. Takes the ball screen back up top to Skank. Looking for a teammate. Finds Reichel, right pocket 3. That's going to be long, and a backside rebound to Martinson. On the near sideline here for Hansen. Hansen, little hesitation. Gets cut off. Open, nice baseline cut there for Gavin Christensen, now in double digits with 10. And it's a 9-0 run to start here for Sargent County in this second half of play. Skank will work with it now in the front court for Northern Cass. Bounce pass goes to the baseline here for the Jags. Jags looking on the interior. And head coach Bryce Laxdal wants a timeout. We'll break as well. Timeout on the floor as the Bulldogs open up this contest in the second half on a 9-0 run. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter. Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North here in Hunter. Visit ibanknorth.com for more information. So after the timeout, a 9-0 run to start here for Sargent County as the Jags they give up a steal. Will Precht will come in the front court here. Fletcher will handle the basketball as the Bulldogs will set up the offense with head coach Ryan Weber off of his seat right down Main Street for a Sunday stroll. Fletcher Wilprecht now with 19. The lane just opened up, and now it's an 11-0 run here for the Bulldogs. As head coach Bryce Laxdal is about ready to make a line change here. Mosier left of the key three-pointer off the iron. No. Ball pinballed around on the inside, and coming away with it is Martinson, his second rebound of this second half. Martinson to Wilprecht here. Fletcher looking on the inside. Ball gets skipped across to Wittich, who has to track it down before it goes into the front row. This one, nice pass on the interior. Wilprecht with the 90-mile-an-hour heater right to Martinson, who's got 10. And just before you can blink, it's all Sargent County here in this second half. The Bulldogs have yet to give up anything from the floor. Ryder to the baseline here. Reichel on the left wing. Free throw line extended back to Ryder. Ryder taking a couple hard dribbles to the paint and finishes over Wittich. Nice job by Ryder with 8 points. Now the Jags got to get some stops defensively as the Bulldogs have been hot here in this second half. This one coming to Christensen. Christensen skips it back up top to Wilprecht. Back to Christensen. The lane opens up, and that one off the front iron and a board here to Landon Mosier. A chance for the Jags to work with it. Mosier right wing to the baseline pocket. Ryder three off the iron and a rebound coming down to Gavin Christensen. Christensen has had himself a really nice night here so far for Sargent County. So has Wilprecht in terms of being that floor general, being a guy that can find the dish but also can hit that outside shot and create. Wittich top of the key here. Wittich taking it down the paint, little Euro step, but traveled with the basketball here for the Bulldogs. Wielander returns in Cadoon here for Sargent County. Hoppy comes back on alongside Trey Hussar, and then you're going to have Munson, the 6'1" sophomore forward here for Northern Cass. So for the Bulldogs right now, a chance to close out this quarter and keep it to a 19 or even balloon it to a 20-plus point margin. Northern Cass, if they can get this puppy down to 10 or 12 points with their ability to shoot a three like that, but Reichel had a shot blocked by Martinson as we'll work it the other way. Martinson, little oop-de-oop move right to left across the paint. Martinson now with 6 points in the quarter. He's got 12. We're saying with Northern Cass, their ability to shoot the three, if they can get a couple of threes to go through the cylinder, it doesn't take them long to get on a run. Hoppy looking across the paint here. That goes right through the hands of Munson, and a turnover on Northern Cass. Other end of the floor. How did Wittich come up with that one? Wittich muscling his way, but there's a traveling violation on Josh. Northern Cass coming into this game, the least amount of points they scored, that was in Castleton on Friday with 19. Well, for Sargent County, they gave up the most points in a contest on Saturday against EKM with an opponent with 68. But their defense has been locked in here in this second half with just one field goal against, and that was a Jacob Ryder taking it to the tin and having to finish over Josh Wittich. As the Jags right now just looking for something positive here. Mosier top of the key, Reichel. This would be positive. Left wing three off the iron, and this rebound will come down to Wittich, his fifth. Nice steal, though, goes for Mosier. Mosier gets a little space off the window, and that's kind of been the third quarter here. Nice play by Mosier, just unable to finish, and Martinson will collect the rebound. Martinson trails left-hand side open. Fletcher Wilprecht left wing three. That's going to go long. Ball out of play, and now to Northern Cass. 1 quarter of play tied up at 18 apiece. The Bulldogs outscored the Jags 24-16 in the third quarter, and right now the Bulldogs with 15 points in this third quarter, playing to just 2 for Northern Cass. The Jags will send Hoppy across on this 1-4 set, now looking for Reichel. Nothing there. Hoppy looking on the left-hand side. Gives it to Munson. Munson back to Hoppy here on the baseline to Reichel around the horn now for Mosier. Mosier taking a couple of dribbles, trying to get to the paint, and then there's a jump ball or a reach, and this will be a reach on Fletcher Wilprecht. That'll be his second and the team's first. Sargent County and Central Cass coming into tonight, the two teams unbeaten in Region 1 play at 3-0. Then you had Kindred at 3-1 with Hankinson, Richland, Oak Grove, and Lisbon. They all are 2-1. Northern Cass, Mosier, right-hand side, Reichel. Reichel, close up by Cadoon. Reichel gets the paint, nice couple of dribbles there by Hudson Reichel, able to finish off the window for 2 points. As the Bulldogs right now will handle it in the front court. Left-hand side, Martinson. On the baseline here is Wittich. Martinson, top, no-look pass, Wielander, right block, banging on the inside, and there's a foul. Munson will pick up his first, team's third for Keelan, and the foul will send Grady Wielander to the free throw line. The 6'1 junior going to line to shoot 2 here for Sargent County. Bulldogs right now here owning this third quarter of play, and free throw attempt by Wielander is good. Northern Cass is a team that the first 16 minutes, we've seen them get tested throughout the season, and if they can just continue to get a little bit better every day for the Jags, it might be a team you might not want to face in a matchup come March in the Region 1 boys basketball tournament. A youthful team after graduating a number of seniors. I believe it was 8 on the roster a season ago. Reichel left to the key 3. That swirls out. Rebound coming to Sargent County with Wittich. The other end of the floor here for the Bulldogs. Martinson finds Wittich trailing. Wittich back left-hand side. That goes to Wilprecht. Wilprecht looking on the interior and resets the offense. Sargent County got knocked out of the Region 1 tournament last season by 5 in a back-and-forth game in the quarterfinals to Fargo Oak Grove in that 4-5 matchup. Wilprecht goes to the paint, throws it up, and he gets fouled. As Fletcher will go to the free throw line with 19 points in the game, 5 of 6 from the stripe. Hoppy will get called for the foul. Team's fourth and his first. The Bulldogs would like to get back to the quarterfinals and even make some more noise this season in the Region 1 tournament. As Sargent County, last state tournament appearance coming for this co-op, and that was Milner back in 2013. Free throw opportunity is good for Wilprecht as well now with 21. Other end of the floor, Skank finds it. Mosier right on top of the key. 3, tickles a twine. Landon Mosier with 18 points. That's the 9th made 3 here for Northern Cass. However, they're down by 20. Sargent County here can hold for the final shot of the quarter. Martinson doesn't care. He's open. He wants to shoot it. Shot is going to be off. Rebound on the way here for Mosier. Mosier in transition finds Reichel. Reichel with the basketball here, and ball gets tipped and prodded away. Cadoon finds a Martinson. Good if it goes. Off the backboard, and that's how we'll end our third quarter of play. After 3 quarters on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, Sargent County up by 20.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsborough Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsborough Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsborough Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsborough Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsborough Drug.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Back in Hunter, make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. We'll name you our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Also hear from a couple particulars in this one that have participated in this contest. That's all coming up on our post-game show. Chase Miller alongside Aiden Hall with you here on this middle of January Tuesday night as the Jags right now down by 20 We'll start with the basketball here in this fourth quarter. Coming off a staggered screen is Ryder. Skank with the basketball now to Mosier as the ball goes to Munson. Mosier leaves it right-hand side of Huszar to the baseline. Ryder, right pocket three. Shot's going to be off the iron, and a rebound coming down to Nick Hansen. Hansen down the front court, leaves it to Mortensen as Mortensen will handle it at the top. Kadoun back to Luke here at the top of the key to Hansen at the left wing. Ball gets skipped to Kadoun. Kadoun back to Martinson here to Hansen. And with the healthy lead, Sargent County can be very picky in the half court against this 2-3 zone. But the Jags get the stop. Mosier looks to push now to Ryder to the baseline. Skank left pocket three. They got it. That's how you run in transition. Skank with the triple. The 10th three-pointer here for Northern Cass. And Northern Cass will need a little bit more of that, a stop and a quick score. Bounce pass left-hand side, Wielander to Hansen. Hansen back to Wielander here as Grady thought about a three-pointer now to Martinson at the high post. Martinson inside this one. Christensen throws one up off the mark. No, and then we're going to have a foul here on Christensen, clearing out a little bit of daylight on the offensive rebound. Gavin picks up his second and the team's second. And a bucket here for Northern Cass would start to make it a little interesting after Sargent County opened the third quarter on a 9-0 run before Bryce Laxdal took a timeout. A bucket here to try to get a little mini run either at 6-0 or 5-0 here for the Jags. Mosier takes a screen right-hand side to Skank. Skank going to drive, kick, Huszar. Huszar with the basketball back to Mosier. Right wing three-pointer on the way off the front iron and a rebound coming down to Martinson. Martinson with it. Now up the floor to Kadoun. Kadoun at the right wing back to a trailing Martinson as he pops it past to Wielander. Left wing Nick Hansen. Bounce pass. This one right at the free throw line for Martinson and got it. Martinson now with 14 points here for Sargent County, and the Bulldogs are up by 19. Northern Cass led for the majority of the first quarter, and since then it's been all Sargent County with the lead, as we'll have a hand check foul here. This will be on Wielander. Grady will pick up his first in the team's third. Substitutions as coming back in for the Bulldogs is Fletcher Wilprecht, also returning as Josh Wittich, as Kadoun and Wielander will check out now for Sargent County. As the Jaguars here will inbound it with Landon Mosier. Mosier finds Munson, now to Huszar as they look around the horn. This one coming to Mosier, left of the key, three on the way, off the right iron, no. Ball gets tapped out, and with it now for Northern Cass's Ryder. Jacob on the baseline here, takes a hard dribble, shot up, and shot is off the mark. Munson will handle it, then we have a foul here, and this will be on the floor. Wittich will pick up the foul. That'll be his third and the team's fourth, and Bryce Laxdal wants a timeout. We'll break with him on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's Sargent County up by 19.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Timeout on the floor here, brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North, as they offer the traditional advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. From farming and ranching, business, and consumer banking, you'll always be headed in the right direction with Bank North. To visit or to learn more, go to ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their branches coming up throughout the week. Inbounding the basketball for Northern Cass is Mosier here off the timeout for Northern Cass. Munson going to go to the paint, and then there's a block shot by Wittich. Ryder will handle it on the inside. Who kicked it out? And they're going to say it's going to be off of Ryder. Ryder and Hansen were battling for that loose ball in the interior. Still to come, our RDK Enterprises feature precision play or players of the game. The play might be the run to start the second half for Sargent County. Our Enbridge Energy player, and we'll also hear from some of the particulars in this one. Nice step through by Wittich. Join his counterparts now in double digits as he's got 10. And Sargent County 4 points away from matching their season high. Other end of the floor, Jacob Ryder with the triple. The 5'9" junior guard in double digits, 11 points off the bench for head coach Bryce Laxdal, and 3 threes to boot. Winnage, the other end of the floor, shot off the mark. Rebound, Christensen, put back, no. And a rebound underneath, and Martinson will handle it, but out of play. Northern Cass trailing it by 18 points, and they've just had to go through a gauntlet this season. Hillsborough Central Valley back on December the 23rd. They go up against a top 10 ranked team in Grafton. Kindred, who's been either in the top 10 or receiving votes for the majority of the year, then second-ranked Central Cass. And the Squirrels look awfully good this year, and it's just gotten to be a tough schedule. But the Jags are looking to learn a little bit every game, take something from it, and know that it's January, and there's still 2 months of basketball to be played. This one high off the window, no good on the shot by Mosier. Rebound coming as Wittich will somehow come up with that one on the loose ball. Other end of the floor here, Fletcher Wilprecht at the left wing, free throw line extended for the Bulldogs here. And Sargent County can just start milking the clock away a little bit or shoot the open three with Fletcher. Off the back tab, no. Rebound by Wittich, and now a fresh 35. Wittich open, he'll shoot a three, and why not? Wittich with the triple. Now with 13 points for the 6'5" junior guard. And the Bulldogs lead at 68-47. Skank with the basketball here to the left-hand side. Huzar going to the paint. There's a and one opportunity. Martinson will pick up his third, team's fifth, and Trey Huzar will finish with the and one now with 3 points in the game, 1 of 2 from the foul line. I'm talking with Bryce Laxdal earlier on our pregame show, just mentioned finding ways to get a little bit better every day, practice or games, and understanding that the schedule is going to let up a little bit in terms of you're not playing a top 10 ranked team nearly every game, as there's an offensive rebound by Isaac Johnson. Huzar to the paint, floater, no. Johnson gets the rebound, uses the dribble, shovel past the Skank, and his shot gets blocked by Hansen. Wilprecht now in the front court here for Sargent County. The Bulldogs getting to the paint, and Wilprecht will have a foul here with Northern Cass. Foul will come across here for Ryder. It's going to be his fourth and the team's fifth. While for Ryan Weber, coming back into this season, some guys that have got a ton of varsity experience, particularly here in their starting lineup. Wittich jumper on the way is good, and we've been seeing that pay off here for Sargent County so far throughout the season for the Bulldogs. They still have games coming up with the aforementioned Central Cass. You got Oak Grove as well. They'll still get tested here in this region, but so far it's been 9 up and 9 down. Ryder shot up off the mark. Rebound coming to Sargent County, and that's with Wittich. And the Bulldogs looking to make it 10 up and 10 down now from a Sargent County point of view, as they have their season high in points here at 70. Wittich hanging through the paint, finds Christensen, shot off the mark. Skank will collect a defensive rebound. Skank then has his pocket picked by Hansen. It's a 3-on-2 the other way. Here goes Wilprecht, nice shot fake, and got his man up in the air. Fletcher now with a Michael Jordan 23. Other side, Ryder, left wing three-pointer long. Backside rebound here by Isaac Johnson, as this one will get kicked out at the right wing. Mosier just inside the three-point line. Landon Mosier being a stat stuffer, averaging 13. He's got 20 now for Northern Cass. Sargent County in the front court here with Mortensen, as Martinson skips it to Wittich. Wittich with the power dribble here. That one's going to be off the mark, and a rebound by Christensen, and Christensen gets fouled in the act of shooting. Gavin will go to the free throw line working on a double-double, and that's what he's done throughout the season. The 5'11 senior just knows how to use his body on the inside to get proper positioning and more. Free throw opportunities here upcoming for Sargent County. First free throw attempt is up, and that is good. So Gavin now with 11 points in the game. Second free throw attempt on the way as Reichel returns alongside with him Miles Freilich. You'll have Jacob Ryder still back on the floor with Sam Nelson and Riley Johnson here for the Jags. Second free throw attempt by Christensen's no good. Then we have a line violation as Ryan Weber will send a wholesale line change as well. Michael Hoisted will check in. Chauncey Lott will check in as well. You'll have Peyton Berg, a 5'9 junior, into the contest. Carter Hosford, a 5'9 junior, will get some minutes here for Sargent County, and we'll see Chase Fury. Jace, a freshman, played some minutes in the first half. Ball out of play, and this one will be off of, they'll say it'll be off of Sargent County. So we'll stay with Northern Cass, and this result for the Jigs would drop them to 1-7 on this season with a Region 1 contest at Enderlin on Friday night. While for Sargent County, they would again improve to 10-0 on the season with a good Richland Colts team. That's going to play a lot of 2-3 zone, full court 2-2-1 here for head coach Jamie Nordick from Richland. That'll be Friday night in Milner here for the Bulldogs. We'll have that game for you on yourliveevent.com. Sargent County, left-hand side, left wing three-pointer on the way off the backboard. No good by Chauncey. Back up top here to Fury. Fury with the jab step. Fury shoots one from 8 feet off the mark. No. Rebound here to Northern Cass, and the Jags will come up with it. Freilich now in the front court here with under 90 seconds to play for the Jags. And we'll have an illegal ball screen not getting set here was Nelson. That'll be his first and the team's sixth. As Sargent County will work with it the other end of the floor. As we'll have a foul here. This will be, again, the follow-up coming on Sargent County. On Northern Cass. It'll give Sargent County the basketball here with the right-hand side. Fury back right wing to Hofsford for the 5'9 junior. Spinning on the inside as Berg lost it, and Freilich will come up with a steal. Working with it is Miles in the front court. Pops a high post pass. Gets the ball right back. Teardropper off the backboard, no, and a rebound here to Peyton Berg. Berg with it for Sargent County as the Bulldogs will bring in the front court. 12 points so far in the quarter, and on the opposite side, 10 points here for Northern Cass. Three-pointer on the way is short by Carter Hofsford. Put back, though, is good. Johnson Lovett will get the 2 points here off the bench for the Bulldogs. As now Freilich will drive and kick to Reichel. Reichel back to Freilich here. Some underclassmen, a 9th grader and an 8th grader. Riley Johnson, right-handed scoop and score. Riley Johnson gets his first field goal here of the fourth quarter. And Sargent County will just bring in the front court, and the Bulldogs right now will hold on to this basketball as best they can and play a little keep away here, and they'll get to 10-0 now on the season, a final of a 75-53 win. Northern Cass with 12 points in the quarter, 14 here for Sargent County. The Bulldogs improved to 10-0 on the season, 4-0 in Region 1, while for Northern Cass they dropped to 1-7 on the season and 1-3 in Region 1 play. Coming up next is our post-game show. Sargent County, the fourth-rated team in the state, remains unbeaten with a 75-53 win over Northern Cass. Post-game show is coming up next here on yourliveevent.com.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Have you started thinking about your 2023 crop insurance plan? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We will be hosting farmer meetings to discuss the 2023 outlook and share strategies that are geared towards protecting your revenue and preserving your equity. Join us on Tuesday, January 24th in Devil's Lake, Annetta, and Hope, or Friday, January 27th in Hillsboro. For exact times and locations, please visit our website at irieins.com. IRE Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
As we come back on our post-game show, a contest that took 1 hour and 9 minutes here today in Hunter, a final 75-53 here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Let's get to some of the players in this one and some of our players of the game. First, our Enbridge Energy player of the game here in this one. Life takes energy. Enbridge Energy, that is. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. For the Sargent County Bulldogs, that is Fletcher Wilprecht, as he scored in every quarter, had 15 points in the first half of play, finished 7 of 8 from the foul line, and a game-high 23 points for the Sargent County Bulldogs. So the 5'9" senior guard, Fletcher Wilprecht, is our Enbridge Energy player of the game here for Sargent County, as again, they scored a season high in points with 75. From there, we go to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game, and that was the start of the second half of basketball. It was a 9-0 run to begin the second half right off the shoot, and then they would add on to it to make it a 14-2 run, and that was the difference maker. Sargent County up by 8, and then they pulled away from Northern Cass right off the jump in the second half, and that was the difference in the game. RDK Enterprises, your feature precision planting dealer. Make plans to attend Precision Planting's Winter Conference 2023 at the Alaire Center in Grand Forks on January 18th and the 19th. You'll hear from Precision Planting engineers and staff on new technologies, inputs, and practices at the Winter Conference on January 18th and the 19th. That's this week coming up here in Grand Forks. It's still time to register. Visit planterdoc.com here for RDK Enterprises. We'll get to some of the final numbers in this one. Sargent County, 8 players in the scoring column, 19 of 23 from the foul line with 4 3-pointers as well. The Bulldogs led by Fletcher Wilprecht with 23 points, as we mentioned, and then double digits of Josh Wittich with 15 points, 14 by Luke Martinson, and 11 points here for Gavin Christensen as well. 5 points for Nick Hansen, 3 for Colton Cadoon, and 2 points apiece for Wielander, and alongside Chauncey Lovett here for Sargent County. The Bulldogs, again, led by the 23 of Fletcher Wilprecht. For Northern Cass, they were led by the 20 points here of Landon Mosier. Mosier with 20 points, scored in every quarter as well. Mosier would finish with 4 made threes in this contest. 14 points for the 8th grader Hudson Reichel, and then double digits, 11 here for Jacob Ryder off the bench with 3 made threes. You had 3 points for Andrew Skank, 3 points for Trey Huzar, and 2 points for Riley Johnson for Northern Cass. Again, the Jaguars led by the 20, and that was, again, by Landon Mosier. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from some of the particulars in this one as the Bulldogs improved to 10-0 on the season, while Northern Cass drops to 1-7. Our post-game show continues after this.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Here it's way more hands-on. The college has better equipment than the shop I'm at now. Like, you name it, they got it. You get to use your tools and your hands a lot more. My name is Sean, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Joining us now is Sargent County head coach. That again is Ryan Weber. And Ryan, first things first, I know the stats say 4 players in double digits. Well, you got that again tonight, but you're led by Fletcher Wilprecht with 23 points, 15 of those in the first half. What'd you see from Fletcher? It just seemed like when they were hitting threes, he was able to hit 1 or 2 and just kind of get this team back into the game early in this first quarter.
Yeah, he kept things calm for us for sure. He's an excellent player. When the time comes, he answers it. Tonight was big for him because we needed him. They came out and hit a flurry of shots on us. We needed Fletcher to get back in that game, and he responded. He's in a big way. When we needed threes, he hit threes. When we needed a bucket, he got a bucket. And I can't say enough about him right now.
And a 9-0 run to start right off the bat in the second half before Coach Laxdal took a timeout. What was the difference in that about 2.5 minutes from a defensive point of view than maybe what you saw in the first half, Ryan?
They switched to man. And we switched to man, which turned up our intensity on the defensive side. And for us, I always preach to the kids, our defense leads to offense, so we have to stop them, allow one shot on their end, which will allow us to get out on a break and get going and get some open looks. And that's what happened. We preached the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. When we come out of halftime, we want to go on a run. That's what we did tonight, and it worked out in our advantage there.
And I know Gavin Christensen at 5'11" plays inside, but he just finds a way to be like a magnet with the basketball, and he's able to use his body to clear someone out and open up a rebounding lane both offensively and defensively. For a 5'11" guy, he's awfully scrappy on the inside, Ryan.
He is. I don't know how to explain it. I've tried. I don't understand it. The roster, the introductions, they had 4 guards, and about the shortest guy was the center, but we need him to get those rebounds. He does a great job. He's got great body control, and he knows he's not the tallest guy, so when he gets a board, he knows he's got to go right back up with it. He's got a pretty good head fake, but he's just a scrappy dude. He's got a lot of energy.
Hey, Ryan, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck hosting the Richland Colts on Friday night.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chase. Appreciate it.
That again, Ryan Weber, head coach for the Sargent County Bulldogs, will continue as we'll hear from Fletcher Wilprecht coming up after the break on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us. The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Join us now is our Enbridge Energy player of the game. That again is Fletcher Wilprecht here for the guard with 23 points here for Sargent County. A couple of 3-pointers in the first quarter as well. And Fletcher, I'll start with, as we did with Ryan Weber, your head coach. First quarter play, got down early. They just felt unconscious from beyond the arc, and then you were able to get a 3-pointer and kind of get this team back into it. When you got it tied up at the first quarter play, what was going through your team's mind, just kind of weathering the early storm?
Oh, yeah, they got out hot. I think they hit like 3 or 4 threes right in a row. I mean, they ended with like a good 15 threes. I mean, they got a young gun, an 8th grader, Rachel. He's a shooter. I mean, he started off hot. He hit like at least 3 threes, and I mean, we needed to answer. We need to answer fast because once we get ahead, I mean, teams get kind of scared. I think it means so we like to jump out ahead. So we just had to get going right away. I let my guys know, and we just started. We started going.
Season high in points there was 75. But what changed defensively in the second half from the first half of play, specifically when you came out right off the shoot, in that opening 2 minutes on a 9-0 run?
Yeah, our 2-3. I mean, with our 2-3, we've been pretty good about not letting up a whole lot of points. But today they got hot behind the arcs, and 2-3. Sometimes they're gonna get a couple shots from out there, and once they start hitting, you don't like that. So we got to switch it up. So we got to go back to man, and it worked pretty efficiently.
And then the big guys on the inside, Wittich, with 15 points. Luke had 14 guys that are getting close to double-doubles, yourself included throughout this season. But what do you like from Luke and Josh? What did they provide in today's game?
Oh, man, they're so fun to have on our team. I mean, I could go down the line of each person on our team and talk about them for 5 minutes, and I could talk about them all day long. But Josh and Luke, I mean, they're just the big man there. They're my safety valve. I mean, I can just put the ball up whenever I need to, and I know they're going to come down with it. They're going to make a good play, and I'm going to find them at any time.
Hey, Fletcher, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck throughout the season, and congrats on getting 10-0 on the year.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That again, Fletcher Wilprecht here for the Sargent County Bulldogs. We'll continue on our postgame show after this.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Again, your final 75-53 with the win. The win coming again for the Sargent County Bulldogs over Northern Cass here tonight in Region 1 boys basketball. Take a look at an updated score from Colfax. Maple River defeats Richland 55-49. Clay Hovelson with 22 points. So Maple River picks up the win over Richland tonight on the road, 55-49. With that result, Maple River goes to 1-3 on the season. The Colts drop to 2-2, and Richland going to Sargent County on Friday. Region 1's been a lot of fun from a broadcaster's point of view so far this season. So that does it for our broadcast. Sargent County next up with the Colts on Friday. Northern Cats next up at Enderlin on Friday night. For more information, go to our website, yourliveevent.com, to check out other games throughout the region throughout the Western week. On behalf of Aiden Hall running the camera, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks to the coaches, Bryce Laxton and Ryan Weber, for joining us, as well with Fletcher Wilprecht here on the postgame. So Bulldogs led by the 23 for Fletcher Wilprecht. Northern Cass led by the 20 for Landon Mosier. Sargent County improves to 10-0 on this season. Good night from Hunter.